Okay, number 4, approval to file a petition for the Superior Court to determine the loss percentage between the City of Lakeland and the Lanier County Board of Commissioners. And we have found a lawyer, Mr. Tommy Coleman. He's from Albany. You've probably seen him on TV a lot of times. He was the mayor of Albany for 10 years. He's the Guardian Circuit Bar Association, State Bar of Georgia, Georgia Municipal Association, former president of the City Attorney's Section, Association of County Commissioners of Georgia, Georgia Council of School Board Attorneys. He became highly recommended as knowing what to do and how to do, and he said it would be an easy, simple process. It's not something he's going to have to spend a lot of hours researching on how to do. So, he gets $150 an hour, which is a real reasonable rate. The fellow the other day that mediated, it cost us $1,800 and something a piece. He was high though. So
His rate was $250 an hour, $250.
Man, the other day, it's $250 an hour. So I have a motion that we employ Tommy Coleman.
Mr. Mayor, can I ask a question on that? What is involved with the attorney as far as the tax is concerned? Is there any more mediation you're going to be doing in that? What will you be doing?
That's all you do is file the paperwork.
Well, what he would do, Don, he and Suzanne, they would be filing a joint petition, which means the county and the city would jointly petition the Superior Court. And that judge would assign it to some outside judge. But when it came to the hearing part, the lawyer would ask our expert primarily to do most of the talking because he's got all the facts and figures together.
That would be the mediator.
Yeah.
No, that would be Mr. Brown.
No, it'd be Brown with Brown
So-
Pelican, who the city hired.
Brown is already going to be there also
Yeah, I'm sure he would be.
on the city's dime.
On the city's dime. Yeah. I would assume that would be the procedure that they take. That the lawyer wouldn't have to be doing much research because Brown already has all the facts and figures that the judge would need to make the decision.
I think my question was really, he's not going to be doing a lot of negotiating or mediating. That's already a fact. Yeah.
That's correct. We're through the mediation when we get to this point.
Is there any other mediation that take place before we?
Well, not any mediation as such. The door is always open that if the city wanted to make a proposal to the county and the county responded favorably, that's always a possibility up until the time in the court room.
If that were to be the case, then all these costs would not be involved, right?
That's correct, except for what time you may
Yeah,
already
right.
have invested in it.
So if we vote tonight to do whatever these things suggest here, then there's still the possibility that it could get resolved before anything happens, before the deadline date. And that would take act of county commission and city council. Is that
That's
right?
correct, yeah. They would have to agree with it.
What is the deadline that we're looking at now?
28
Petition.
next week.
Yeah, it's my understanding it's supposed to be filed by the 27th or 28th.
So any mediation that will occur needs to occur before the 28th if we don't hire this.
Well, I would think any time before the judge rules, it could be done.
But if we don't agree to do this right here by the 28th, then we're out the door regardless.
That's right.
Correct?
That's right.
No, even after it's filed, you can agree.
Okay, do we have to hire this lawyer to file this petition?
Well, if you're going to fight it, you don't have much time left to fight it.
Okay. Is the petition something that you can file? And we go, I think what he's asking is if something can be filed and wait on the lawyer being hired to see if there's a chance of further mediation. That's what I'm thinking. But we're on a timeline too.
That's correct. But it's got to be filed by somebody.
Okay, when you say somebody, can
Yeah.
the clerk of city court file it? Or
Yeah.
does it have to be an attorney?
Yeah.
It has to have to be an attorney.
Yeah, I can file it as far as that goes. But,
I understand where you would want to draw your line, I understand it, and I respect it. But you could file it, and then if it went further, then we use whoever we hire to do it. Okay, is that right?
that's right. Yeah.
Do you think there's a possibility if we file the petition to go forward, based upon what you know now, do you think that we could get the county back to the table to look at some other numbers? On your personal lawyer experience?
Yeah, I would think so, Tommy. There's law in the court, I'm sure the court would be glad that the city and county will reach an agreement.
Yes.
You know, they always encourage that.
Is that something that the city would have to just ask the county, hey, look, we want to go back into a little mediation or some kind of arbitration, would y'all talk about this before the court date?
Well, it'd just be a matter of you making them an offer and them responding to that offer, whatever it amount to. But that could be done at any time before the judge makes a decision.
But first of all, first and foremost, the most important thing here is to file this petition
That's correct.
before the 28th. If you do not file this petition before the 28th, then we're out of luck.
That's right.
Regardless, whether we have a
That's
lawyer or not.
That's exactly right.
So filing the petition does not mean we're not willing to further negotiate.
That's right.
When do the judges take over?
Well, our judge in this circuit would assign it to some other judge. Now, when that would happen, sure, I don't know. But,
Before the end of the year, this year.
yeah, I would think it could be done right soon.
Are we in line, as far as my thinking is concerned, is to do this, we could file a petition, and if the need came, then we could hire the attorney. We don't really need him yet, is that right?
Yeah, we need the attorney now.
Well, you need him to file, you need one to file a petition.
Yeah, well, you said anybody can do it. Right?
Yeah, or, I can do that, actually.
Well, maybe maybe you have an option there. I mean, how do you feel about filing the petition?
Well, I don't mind filing it, I just can't.
Yeah, I understand that part, but filing it.
Yeah.
Why don't we make a motion that George work with this Tommy Coleman and file it?
So what, we could just have to give it,
Why don't we make a motion that George work with Tommy Coleman in filing this, and then if it does go on to where the argument has to take place, we got a lawyer to do the argument.
I understand that, and I don't have a problem with that part, but why do we need him yet? We don't know about an argument.
As you missed all this negotiation and all the other day, you wasn't here. Because we're at the point, it's called baseball arbitration. And you take your case, and the county takes their case, and they put it before a judge, and judge rules.
That's where we are now.
That's where we are now.
I understand that, but my point was, if we have one more chance to head this off, why not take advantage of that chance to head it off?
Well, we're out of time, we need to go ahead and get a lawyer and move, but we can still stop it. So he's not charging us a flat fee, he's gonna charge us what time he works.
Yeah, and I like
Right.
that.
Yeah, I do too. So if it's still, if the county says, yeah, we're willing to negotiate, we can negotiate.
But actually then, I'm understanding a little bit better, I'm a little thick. But what you're saying now is that we may hire him, we we're going to have to pay him till he starts.
That's right.
And George can file a petition. And,
Let George work with him on filing that
George
petition.
can file a petition like we need.
Because you're to the end of the road, Tom. You're out of time. You're at the end of the road, you've got to do something.
I understand.
Well, if I file a petition, and I file it, Suzanne and I would file it together, then if it looks like it was going to a hearing, I would just back out and Tom would come in.
At that point, we'd hire him or pay him.
Yeah, but you can't leave him hanging till right at the
Well, I
last
understand,
minute.
I understand, I understand.
But how much argument is he, what my concern is, we got the Brown guy there paying him.
Yeah.
He's just a witness.
I understand, but we're paying him, when he gets up and talks, we're paying him $250 an hour. So, we got him there.
No, he's 100, isn't he?
I don't know.
Brown's 100.
Okay, well, whatever the figure is too much, $100. But we got him there talking on behalf, and then we have a lawyer. There's not much going to be talking because am I not correct that there's going to be some figures that are going to be handed up, George, and
I think
the
that's
judge?
basically the way it would
And
be.
the judge is going to say, I'm going to take this figure, or I'm going to take this figure. What y'all say really don't matter to me. I mean, that's what I got out of that meeting.
That's what it was saying.
I'm just concerned about throwing money after money after money after money after bad money here. I mean,
You'll be done spent what we were going to say.
No, I already doing that.
I don't know in what order we need to do this, Mr. Mayor, I just want to ask you a question here. Are we even open to considering one last chance?
Oh, yeah, we always up with that. Now, Donald, I do have one problem. Is your immediate family is the lawyer against us.
I understand that, I respect that.
So really, you know, you probably need to abstain.
And we had to, I mean, we're asking you to do that.
Huh?
I'm asking a question.
Yeah, we didn't answer it, but, a lot of great.
George, you got a legal opinion on that?
I don't have a problem getting suspended in the road time. I'm asking a question for information. I don't have
You
a
understand
problem
what the
suspending.
mayor said?
Yeah, I heard what he said. I was trying to think, I don't know. I don't think that that would be a conflict of interest on Donald's part. But I don't think that would be a conflict by the fact that his daughter represents the county. I don't see where that would be. That's my opinion. You wanted my opinion, that's it.
But I just think we're spending money, if we don't have to, we go to the county one more time and see whatever we do.
Well, the first thing we need to do, in my opinion, is to file this motion. So I'm going to file this.
Right, I would agree with that.
For the 28th. And I think apparently we're at odds here about hiring this attorney. So I think we need to make sure we get this motion, this here petition portion, or the way Diane's got her portion here, filed before the 28th, which George said that he can do for us. So I make a motion that we allow George to file this petition for us in Superior Court.
But I just filed a joint petition with the county attorney, asking the court to appoint another judge to hear this case. And that'll just hold everything for the time being as far as that. Now, if it goes further, we ought to authorize somebody to try the case, then I'll just back out.
We need to go together. I want to be able to have a consensus on this.
It's took us
It's
2 weeks and a bunch of attorneys helping us to find somebody that would even take the case.
And I think Tommy did a good job. He's been the mayor for several years in Albany. And I see him over these seminars that we go to at the municipal association. I think he did a good
Yeah,
job.
there's no doubt, I agree with you, there's no doubt about his ability to be fair and honest. Apparently there's some discussion, that's what I'm getting at this point.
Yeah.
Everybody's, and we don't need him at this point, that's the disagreement.
Do we need him at this point, George?
Well, technically, you know, provided that he agrees with what I filed, you know, then it's gonna be a joint petition. The petition's already been prepared.
Basically, you're just petitioning for it to have a
Yeah.
George point.
Yeah, so it shouldn't matter anything. It might make him a little bit, you know, because he didn't get it on the
Well,
ground.
every penny that we can save. at this
But,
point,
you know, we paid him, so it shouldn't make him too bad if we hired him. You know? So I don't see any legal problem with that.
Should we ask him, would he do that?
Yeah. I think we'll ask him, make sure he's gonna come on board.
All right, suppose he says no.
Well, if he says no, then we're gonna have to get somebody to do it.
Like I said, we worked 2 weeks to find him.
Yeah.
I don't know where else to do it.
But I don't think you'd have any problem on hiring anybody, particularly they charge a good price. So most people want to work.
Somebody give me a motion, what you want to do.
I got a motion on the table to get George to file a petition in Superior Court, but we already got a second.
Okay, any more discussion?
And everybody understands this is gonna be a joint petition with the city and the county filing jointly.
Yes. We're not totally going to.
Okay, everybody understand what I'm saying? Everybody in favor of that, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, we have applied,
Well, before we move on with that, Mayor, let's go ahead and make a motion that if you're gonna hire Tommy Coleman, we need a motion to hire him in the event that it proceeds further to a judge.
do what you said, make a motion
Well,
there.
I was not gonna make a motion, but I have a problem.
But somebody needs, if we're gonna hire him, let's
I will
go
make a
ahead and
motion
get that in
to-
place.
To hire him in the event that we need him to go further, whatever you do.
Okay, I have a second.
I second.
Any more discussion?
That way we don't have to meet again.
Everybody say aye.
And we have a discussion, sorry. And if he says that he doesn't want it, then he'll come, if you don't want to work that way, he'll let us know.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, everybody in favor of that? I got it first, is everybody in favor?
Yes.
All right, everybody in favor of that, okay?
All right.
Good deal.
I'm sorry.
All right, we, number 6, I'm supposed to go meet with the governor and get the CDBG grant next Friday in Peachtree City. And the contract, approval of contract between the City of Lakeland and AGL, administration of the City of Lakeland. AGL, that's the group that wrote the contract for us. And that's just kind of, you know, who wrote the contract, you give them the administration over it. And then who, the engineers were Carter and Sloop that designed the grant. So we need to vote, well, let's do the administration of the grant. You have to have an administrator over the grant. And they're the one that wrote the grant, and you always give who wrote the grant and wrote the grant, the administration part of it. It's, by law, it's a certain percent.
Which, both these papers part of that grant money?
For this one here is for the grant administration.
So, as I understand, this is a new grant for the rest of the sewer project, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Do I have a motion that we approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor say aye. Any likewise? All right. Carter and Sloop, they were the engineers that drew all the project up. And we had to sign a contract with them to make sure everything follows their design. That's one of these things, that's just part of you getting a grant, and that's our city engineers anyway. It tells in here, their charges is also set at government approved stuff. This will be for the new grant company. They're also the engineers on the one we got now. Did I have a motion, they leave?
Second.
Second. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye. Okay. Now, on the grant that's going forward right now, we had some meetings, the council met with the engineers, the ones that could be here and all, and we got into this, we got the grant approved, and they got over there doing everything, they found out that the main sewer line run under Zirkel's house, and Eddie Lakeland? Corbett's house. And it was decaying and crumbling. So we chose to run down the highway right-of-way over to 9th Street, run out to Highway 229, and run up 229 with new big sewer lines, like 15-inch sewer lines, replacing 10. And also, you had to come in front of the Masonic Hall. And in the original deal and everything, they didn't know they were going to have to come in front of the Masonic Hall and dig up the sidewalks. So they've had to dig the sidewalks up there to make everything right. Put in 10 and 15-inch lines, you know, the big old cement pipes. They're not just old plastic lines. It's something to be there for generations to come. And over on Merle Street and 10th Street. 10th Street, if you know, it ends like this, and Merle Street comes here. There's 4 houses down there. And then behind one of those houses in there is a mobile home. Well, there's a sewer line running in there that they missed when they were doing this project. And Billy and Mayo continuously have to go in there and jet that line out. It stops up all the time. So now is the time to fix that line and put it in new. And so the change order is going to amount to a little under, we'll call it $15,000 to be on the safe side, that we'll have to pay. Now, so far in this project, we've paid nothing on this project. So we'd have to pay $15,000 to replace the sidewalk in the Summit yard, and they brought the line all the way up and replace this 300 feet of sewer line in the alley. Actually, it's between Merle Street here, you got the houses and you got the alley here. And that'll also make new hookups to those 5 residences. They'll put new hookups. And it'll cost us $15,000. And I make the recommendation that you make a motion to approve this change order and finish this project up. And it always looks good to the government. We put in a little something.
How they miss that thing? As long as they stay there looking for everything down there, I don't see how they can miss it. They were out a month or 2 looking.
I don't know. I don't know. That's actually $6,000 what it amounts to.
Is that on this current group?
This is on the current one we're doing right now.
So they just gone past it now and would have to come, they didn't
If
figure it in.
everything
the, you're saying 15 plus this 2 or 3, or is that 15 total?
15 total.
So this here says 29, this is on change order for,
Now, I talked to him on the phone, and he faxed you something.
This is it, but it's not what he said on the phone.
What's he
This
saying on
one
the
says
phone?
2910, he told us 15,000.
yeah, this is 2009, which is, I like that, figure better.
Under 15,000.
But I mean, if it takes that to get those people that deserve it.
Big six.
Yeah.
Well, he told me that it was, the regular contract price was $485,000, and to finish it up would be $482.
That's the 2019, and that's the change, that's the difference.
So maybe he told me, maybe he was guessing wrong. Well, I talked to him this afternoon, and I asked him to fax
Why don't we,
your figures to the council, you know, so that,
why don't we prove what he's figured to 2019?
that's what I say to do.
And then he's stuck with.
The rest of it, each one is in the figure.
Well, we just have to prove more or something. Here it is right here. He may have been talking off the top of his head, but he did tell me that the final thing would be 482. And one time it was 466, wasn't it? That's,
466.
okay, what's the difference between 466 and 482? That's 2,900.
Yeah.
Well, let's vote on what he sent me right here, what I want to vote on, because I asked him to send me something in writing.
I make a motion that we approve the change order of $2,910.
Second.
Any more discussion?